this road swing. You split, got a win at UAPB, and then Monday night suffered a kind of a setback to Mississippi Valley State. Just talk about the road swing on the road with the SWAC.
Well, this weekend we went up to Arkansas to play against UAPB. I've said it for the last 3 or 4 games that I didn't think we had played very well. And we were pretty much true to form. We were a little bit better than Jackson in terms of intensity, but we're still not executing. The precision still isn't there. We're still not doing the little fundamentally sound things that you need to do to win championships. Transition defense against Valley was horrible. They literally just out-tracked us down the floor. Turnovers against the pressure, and and they shot a blistering 60%. Anytime you're shooting 60% from the field, you're going to beat a lot of teams. So, it was their night. It wasn't ours.
We'll open it up for questions.
Just talk about overall, how happy are you where you stand right now?
I'm not happy. I haven't been happy with the effort this team is putting out. My upperclassmen, I don't think they're showing the leadership that's necessary. We've had conversations with them. They understand. But as you know, as this coaching staff, it's our responsibility to get them to see and understand and go back and implement what we're trying to get them to do as far as the leadership role goes. One of our biggest concerns, our point guard is too inconsistent with that play. Adrienne is not a traditional point guard. She's a conversion project for us, and she's done a good job, but when she gets tired, then we literally have to bring a 2-guard over. So we've had our concerns there at that position. Carnita Henderson has adopted, and we're all hopeful that she'll get released and be ready to go for the weekend. I think it's going to be, our success is going to depend on a lot of things. One, these kids growing up and understanding what it takes to win championships. 2, the leadership that's necessary from that point guard position. And finally, I think we just got to make shots and make plays. We didn't do that very well this past weekend.
I'm disappointed in terms of, hey, we made it to the SWAC championship game last year and feel like we should be much further ahead than we are now.
Well, you know what? Coming back in, starting this season, we had 3 extra guards. Right now we pretty much have a 4-man rotation, and you can't complete a season in Division I with 4-man rotation at the guard. You have 3 spots. So that's really hurt us. Julia Jackson elected not to come back to school. That really hurt us. We were dependent upon her to have a lot of quality minutes at the 2-guard slot. Then the Allen Jocelyn went down in preseason with an ACL tear, and of course Henderson isn't back yet, and we were really counting on her to be that leader at the PG, and that hasn't happened. This team has all the other ingredients necessary to repeat and really have gone undefeated in the conference. We have all the ingredients except that point guard, and I think Henderson she's the most valuable piece to that puzzle right now. Getting her back and suited up as quickly as possible is going to be tantamount to our success going down the road.
Coach, can you talk about the play of the freshmen thus far? It seems like Kendra's really played well, especially Bramlin.
Kendra is a huge talent. She's one of the most prolific shooters I've ever coached or seen. She can flat out shoot it. I think that what she's got to develop is that mental aspect that goes with at the Division I being able to play game in and game out 40 minutes with the teams pushing up on her and have rats. Because she's going to see the premier defender on the other team. They're going to run double teams at her, try to get the ball out of her hands. I mean, even at Valley, she hit a couple of big-time shots. She has all the tools necessary. We're trying not to put too much mental pressure on her by having her coach the team, but she's capable. We're trying to walk her through the baby steps. Coach really doing a great job with her, but we're expecting her to really step her game up and continue to do so.
Can you take me through her recruiting process? She's a Donaldsonville girl. Just how she came to this program.
It's kind of funny, but we've been watching Kendra since she was probably a sophomore, and in high school we were recruiting Lanisha at the time, and Coach was like, "Coach, we need to look at the little guard." And everyone who knows me know I don't like little guards, so I was like, Coach, I think she might be too little. And And then I went to a game, and I think she might have missed one shot. I said, she might be little, but she don't shoot it like a little one. So we definitely need to get on top of her. Coach Funches did a phenomenal job in convincing her and her parents. And we beat out a lot of top quality schools in there. That this was a place, and we were happy we did.
They zone you guys at all up here at Valley? How did you do against them?
You know what? They just run and jump the ball all night long. I mean, it was, wherever the ball went in open court, half court, they had two people running chasing it. It took us out of our rhythm and what we were trying to do and get the ball to the people that needed. And a lot of people didn't make themselves available. I felt like that game was more of a spectator game. We stood around and watched a lot. And watching it on the tape, a lot of the kids really were disappointed in themselves and each other. And, I look forward to a great practice tomorrow. I really think that this team is excited about the possibility of getting a move back. They're also excited about knowing what they did wrong. It's not a case of where I'm just ranting and raving. I'm pointing out exactly where we fell short. We'll correct those things. As long as they're giving me 100%, we'll figure out a way to get it done. And if they continue to believe in that, then we'll free it.
Coach, you like the idea of having to play your next 3 games at home and getting a chance to make up some ground here?
It's important. I mean, we've got to have these 3 and to close out the first half. That's big. Going into the second round of the conference, you want to only have those 2 losses on your record because this time around we'll only have 4 games at home. So, as you well know, we dropped a big one against Jackson State. But you can't have any slip-ups. Kids got to be mentally focused. Classes start. So that, of course, is always another added dimension to what they have to deal with on a daily basis. But, like I said before, the leaders have got to step up and say and do the right things. And these kids have got to buy into what that blue stands for in this conference.
Coach, as the search continues for a new athletic director, can you talk about how you've managed to deal with being both the interim athletic director and the head coach of the women's basketball team?
Hey, you know what? I've learned a lot in this position, and I have a lot of respect for the athletic directors around the country in terms of what comes their way on any given night. And it's a 24-hour job. I always thought coaching was a 24-hour job with the kids, but it really is a 24-hour job as AD, especially if you're going to be an effective one. And I don't know where the search is. I didn't, put myself into that at all. So I didn't involve myself at all. I stayed away from the process. My job was certification, APR, and keep things moving. So, hopefully, they'll make a decision and get someone in here who's going to, keep that ball bouncing, so to speak.
Is it 90% basketball, 10% AD right now for you, or how does that work?
You know what? It's about 75-25. If I had to give it a number. Probably about 75 basketball and 25. I always like to say Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays are my day to be AD. So, and then try to get tuned up on Thursday and Friday. But you know what? I mean, it's going. I multitask very well, so I just have to keep that going.
Do you think it's maybe 25% you say has maybe hindered you from putting a little bit more time here?
I don't think so. I have a great staff. We haven't changed anything that we do. I think the biggest key right now is getting a point guard on the court who can control both ends. I've always been a believer of having a strong force with their hands on that basketball. And Adrienne has done a good job. I mean, she got us to the tournament last year, and she's done a good job of keeping us. But when it comes down to it, you've got to have a real point guard there, and having Henderson back, I just think will make a world of difference for us.
We have time for one more, or if you guys are finished. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.